What's going on, people? Welcome back to another weird episode of Bestial Frenzy's kind of podcast. I'm here with my Bestial Frenzy, Andy. He's over there.
I'm here with my Bestial Frenzy, Theo.
Holy shit, our hands are on the screen. We figured that this week, instead of doing a normal podcast episode, since the thing that's on everybody's mind right now is just FTC, and we have a bit of FTC here that we're gonna crack for you guys, because who doesn't love a good pack opening?
It's gonna be sweet. We got 4 boxes, just kind of what we got. So we're gonna open. Hope we hit something good.
We hope we hit the goo. You want to start?
Sure.
All right, which box you want?
I'm just gonna start at the beginning.
Start on the side. All right, let's slide these over here. See what you got.
So, what do you think your favorite card out of this set is?
That's a good question. I honestly think favorite card versus like card that I'm most excited about is, maybe a different question. I really like Crawl. That dragon's very cool.
It's gonna go kind of slow. Is this a good foil ordinary bear?
Foil bear. Yeah, you could probably lift it up a little closer to the camera too. But
and then our rare Slate the King.
Slate the King.
It's all right. I don't know.
Yeah, foil bear. I do love that bear.
I love the bear though.
He's so ordinary, but so good.
It's anything but ordinary.
True. Yeah, no, I think I'm very excited about Crawl as a card in general. I think it's really cool. I think the design is sweet. And I like the implications that he has for Tamer as a deck.
Yeah, I agree. I think stuff like that, this big card we just talked to, is good in Tamer. You can bounce your green slimes, you can bounce your young beast bonders, and get things out of danger. That card is
Second foil.
It's not great.
Seeking Shot. Sealed All-Star. Illuminate Seekers. I think that card's bait. LOL. The influence package.
Really bait, because you have to... You need so much to go properly for that card to actually do anything effective. I guess if you're afraid of like Rykon going off on you right now, you can just let them draw 30 cards and kill them immediately.
True.
War Frost.
Frost.
These packs are okay to open.
Yeah, how do they compare to Alter? I know I opened a fair few of those packs as well.
I think I like Alter better, honestly.
Ooh.
Luther. There's a lot of hype around this card. I'm still not super sold. Maybe it's just in the Luxem package I'm not looking at right now.
I mean, I think Intercept plus Vigor is a good combination. And, like, that alone makes it maybe worth looking at. But I think some of the other Luxem cards are actually better at doing, like, the removal thing than he is. So, That card I'm really hype about. Song of Frost.
This card?
That card's really good.
Eat an attack. I'm interested on this card. Gentle
Yeah.
Respite. Because, like, if you're down in Influence, it's a +1. It's a floating memory, and you get to draw a card.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a good. It's also, I mean, generic floating is sort of like hard to come by in set 1. So like having another option to just put in your deck. Ooh.
And you are Quicksilver.
Got the one.
Grail.
Big old Grail there. Card's also sweet.
I think the card's good. It makes stuff like Tide Proclamation, and it really hurts decks like Erupting Rhapsody a lot, because instead of needing 1 rule for Nullifying Lantern, you need 2.
I bet whoever leaked that card on the podcast was really cool.
Yeah. It's a cool sword. I like it. Oh my god. There's sometimes these packs are just like impossible to open, and the plastic hurts my fingers. Covenant of Thorns.
It's okay.
It's okay. All the Link stuff is like interesting. Whenever there's like a regalia on an advanced elements, it's always just a little iffy.
Yeah, although maybe they all get a little bit better in this set, just given how the games are probably going to last a little bit longer anyways. You have more chances to actually play them.
Yeah.
Resolute Stand is another. Hey, it's my boy.
Crawl.
Big Crawl.
Crawl has a trillion keywords for 1, which is really good. And when he attacks, he basically draws you 2 cards. Like if he resolves and gets through, he's kind of just broken.
Yeah, he's a card that like if you put him down and your opponent doesn't have like a good way to deal with him, it's sort of just like GG's from that point. There's a couple of decent ways to like deal with him in the upcoming set, but like, you put down a big guy and you say you have to have the answer to him or I'm going to start getting insane value off of these attacks.
Yeah. Another really good. Probably
Yeah.
my favorite rare in the set, Fracture Eyes.
Card's very, very good.
Oh my god. Look at, hold on. Look at that on the edge.
Ooh.
I don't know if you can see it,
Oh.
but like, it's like super white, super scuffed.
What the heck? Pack fresh, damaged.
Belvedere.
Card's also interesting. I could see playing it in like a super like go wide ally aggro wind tamer stuff deck, but
Because it's nice because like the on death bonus of level 3 is like you're usually getting level 3 without being level 3, which is good.
yeah, you've got like
and
3 years or something.
if you play this card, you know it is an animal as well, so it's a 2/5 if you get a Sylvie buff counter on it.
Yeah, and then it buffs your whole board when it dies. It has taunt. It's like, you know, okay, yeah, I could see it as a decent piece in that deck.
5 toughness is kind of hard to deal
That's
with.
a big guy. It's a big body.
Lancelot, like sometimes 5 toughness.
Yeah, speaking of 5 toughness, conditional.
Health is toughness the right word? That's not.
Health. No, that you're
I don't know why. I don't know where I even got that from, but it's level 2. It's okay.
5 health. Be Soul Visage. That's a card that like I feel like it could have an interesting home in Fire Tamer, but I haven't explored the archetype much, so I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait
Where
to
it
just
fits.
keep building decks with this stuff. Innervate Knowledge. These are gonna be interesting to see how they actually play.
Yeah, it's interesting just because of how many resources it takes to go from like 2 to 3. It's not nothing. So, ooh, a foil parsnip.
Nice. And then the Zephyr's Edge.
Zephyr's Edge.
So whatever.
No, whatever. Rare.
Alright, last pack of this box. Yeah, Morgan. That's
Morgan
not
Westpac.
bad.
All right,
Not
yeah,
too
yeah.
bad.
Not bad at all. We got that Quicksilver. Got some foils.
All things considered, this box is pretty decent. I think I threw an SR in the not here, but the foils, besides Parsnip, left a little to be desired. I mean, Ordinary Player's broken, but
True.
all right. Quicksilver, I think we did good. All right.
Yeah. All right.
FTC open.
I'm gonna throw my
And
box
he
on the floor
threw
first.
the box on the floor.
That's how you make sure it has good luck.
Everyone knows the best boxes have just been thrown on the floor.
It's true. It's
Suffering
true.
all
It's
these
true.
rares while I'm thinking about it.
All right. You asked me what my favorite card was out of the set. What are you most excited for out of this set in general?
I am most excited for probably like Fracture Eyes is really good. I don't know if it's my favorite card. Oh, that's a really tough one. I mean, I haven't really thought about it. I really like Resolute Stand just as a card, just what it does for the game, because I'm more of a control player anyway. So when something says take an extra turn against ally decks, I'm a really big fan of it.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Real answer though, Frostbind. Having a counter spell in the game, I think is really cool, and I think how they built it is really balanced as well.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense given the mechanics of the game. I think that was like a very good way to incorporate that effect. -3 out of 10, by the way.
Oh my god.
That was last. All right. Did I miss a rare in that pack? Wait.
Was there no rare?
There's no rare. I had 2 uncommons, nothing after it.
Ah!
I was so mad about missing a rare.
Huh. Yeah, this is a rare.
Interesting.
All right. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. I'm reaching over a camera stand here. Doing my best.
All right, let's hope we're not missing another rare.
Yeah. Mr. Bear. Green Slime. Trapper. Gawain. I'm actually excited about this card as well.
I like her too.
I think she's quite good.
1-for-1 rip. I mean, because even if they answer her, like
You still get a card.
Sparklight it, it's still a 1-for-1.
Yeah. It's like either you get a card of your choice or you get a card of their choice. But
Hold on, I'm not thirsty. Wow, we're doing great here. Hold on. You hit the swivel like this.
I don't know, it's just doing that.
That'll be fine.
That'll work. But yeah, she always takes at least 1 card from them. which is pretty good. Trash. -3. Fracting Missile, Wind Rider Invoker, and boots.
I like that card too.
You know you're excited about the boots. You're excited about assassin stuff.
Yeah. Anything assassin, I'm a big fan of.
Makes sense.
Finding what the build is, like, it's so interesting going from set 1 where, like, the 60 cards in your deck are pretty obvious to actually having cards to mix and match.
Let's go. We got another bear. All the bears. Frostbite Apostle.
I like Resolute Stand.
Card's good. Trap Guy is only okay.
You can play with Virtus.
Woo! Make him a big boy. He already is a big boy. Alright. Raccoons! Also very excited about these guys.
Yeah, being able to rip floating memory or fire cards out of a graveyard.
This card's also very, very, very good in
like
those
it too.
control shells. Scatter Essence, Red Slime. I want to do some shenanigans with that card, but I don't know how good they actually are yet.
Red Slime?
Yeah. Red Slime, like Cremation Ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Kill it, blow up the board, you know.
Yeah, I think it has.
Some stuff like that. Let's see what we got. Foil Guarded Dissipation. Very nice. Rookin' Acolyte. What do you think about this card? I know we were just talking about going a little bit. What do you think about the Fractal Intrusion?
It's okay. Like it's fine with the fact that, you know, it's a fractal, but it's like you remove, like, it's like the idea is you want to play it late game when you have extra floating memory. And at that point, like, they're definitely not putting a lot of their good cards in their memory usually.
Yeah, right. They're playing them.
Yeah. And early games, like, you don't really have that much extra floating memory to go off of. So, I don't know. I don't know if that would make my 60 in a lot of builds. Like, having tested with it even just like a little bit, like, it's a little awkward to play. Because especially if they're playing something that has, like, threats on board already. Yeah, ripping a future threat out of their hand is really good, but you still have to deal with the threat that is on their board right now, and that doesn't achieve that. I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see how it ends up.
Sword. You think that sword's gonna see a lot of play?
I think it's okay. I think it's gonna be fine in the sense that it's gonna be a 3/2 weapon a lot of the time, or it's gonna be a 5/2 weapon some of the time, and I think that might just be good enough to be good.
Yeah, honestly, just 3 damage, 2 durability is already very good. So even if you just have 1 bonus floating.
The only annoying thing with it is there's going to be a lot more main deck regalia removal, and, you know, Erudite costs 1, and if you remove a floating memory, you're basically paying 2 cards to play it. It's essentially like a 2 cost, which sucks if they're immediately, like, fracturized, or they're immediately killing it with, like, Spurn Dash or something.
True, but imagine the situation where you're like level 3 Merlin, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're actually like level 9 Merlin, and you play a Tide Diviner, and you mill 8 floating memory.
Oh yeah, true.
Foil Thieving Cut.
Well, foils have not been exceptional so far.
Well, this one draws you a card.
Works with Erudite.
True. And Explosive Rune. I think this card is terrible. that card is really bad.
Show me a sig. Show me a sig.
Don't say that in the wrong place. Oh, shit.
Oh, wow, another one.
Another one. I got punished for saying I hate that card. Mark Fervor. What do you think about Shieldmate as like a stand-in for Swift Recruit, like without Windex? You know, it kind of does the same role.
So here's the plus with Shieldmate. The plus with Shieldmate is she can protect your other allies from an attack. So, like, if you have, like, a Phalanx Captain or something, they have to ram through that first, where Swift Recruit doesn't protect other allies you want. But the downside is it just doesn't have an attack, which usually doesn't come into play all that often.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like, Swift Recruit, even just having one sometimes is able to, like, get over some of, like, the weak stuff on the board.
Yeah,
Or, like, retaliate to kill something.
it is a little bit of a threat as well.
Another
2 for 2
Quicksilver.
on Grails. I think it's really going to matter if, like, if you're playing not an ally-based deck, I think it's strictly worse. But if you're playing an ally-based deck that has something you very much want to protect and don't mind losing that one attacker, I think it's better. But would be interested to see what scenario it's actually better in.
Prismatic Sanctuary.
We were talking about it earlier. I really wish they would have made the domains CSRs, because I think they would have looked really good in that full art
Yeah, like
mode.
that style with the signature on it. Yeah, there's still a chance though with like the promo cards and the entry cards and the invite cards and stuff. Cunning Broker. I know you're very excited about that card as well.
I like it. I was playing it in Winchester and realized, unfortunately, there isn't a way to. There's no win condition in that
Another
deck,
one, back to back.
where you're just able to draw an extra card a turn with
I
it.
do. Over here.
But I think it'd be good. I mean, with the boots, maybe you just play like a. You can get a bunch of prep counters, more and more.
Draw a bunch of cards. Easy.
It's like when you do get like even like 2 draws off with it, it feels so powerful. Yeah, stealth. It's kind of hard to remove.
At the very least, it's annoying.
Yeah.
And like the convenient thing about him is that like he's got what three life, right?
Yeah.
3 health. So it's kind of hard to actually just like hit into him, and then he's not like threatening your opponent in any way. So like you don't always feel like you need to remove him, but then the longer he stays on the field, the more value he gets, and it's just like pretty solid overall. Fast Cure is another good generic floating memory card.
Yeah.
Uther.
Got one more.
Last pack. Show me the Sig. Which Sig do you think looks the best out of this set?
I think Blanche looks the best.
Yeah?
Because so if you haven't seen Blanche's Sig, it's like really complicated, where you almost don't realize it's.
Ooh! I actually got one.
Look at that. This is my least favorite one.
Well, we did hit it though. So look at that up close. Yeah, look at that.
I think they all look good, but
You gotta sleep for that little guy.
this one's really plain. I think Blanche is really cool because it has like crosses all over. Like it's. Maybe we'll pull one.
Maybe we'll pull one.
Last
We'll
pack
see, we'll
magic
see.
though in that
Last
box.
pack magic, yeah. Well, I will be honest. If I was gonna pull a Sig, I'd rather pull anything but this one.
Yeah, Lancelot is the. Because I mean, there's a pretty good selection. You have Blanche, you have Morgan, you have Crawl, you have Majestic Spirit, you have I forget where I
Merlins?
am. Oh yeah, both the Merlins.
Bedivere is the other.
Bedivere.
Yeah.
And then you got Lancelot. Which even if Lancelot like ends up good, it's still Lancelot, unfortunately.
But cool to hit a Sig, nonetheless.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you always want to hit a Sig. Ooh, Card Master. I'm going pretty quick through mine. You've seen all Theo's cards. You know what they do.
That's crazy.
Ooh,
Ooh, is that our first Quicksilver foil?
that is our first Quicksilver foil. And, man, it's not the best card, but it looks so
They do
pretty.
look really nice. That like sheen over the top, the little like almost metallic like texture, it
Yeah.
just looks really, really nice.
Because it's not like cold foil. It's its own thing, pretty much.
It's really
It's
sweet.
its own special like foiling.
Yeah, I think they did a really nice job on those ones. If only it was the Quicksilver Grail, right?
Oh man, yeah. So a lot of the not the FTC ones. Ooh,
FTC armaments. Oh, what'd you get? Spirit of Serene Water. Very nice.
you good. So yeah, also the armaments are their own like 26 card set. You're good.
Are y'all streaming or?
No, just cracking, just recording it. But no, you're good. You're good.
We did tell you, you're fine. Oh wait, no, we still turn it off. We're recording it. We won't be too much longer.
Oh, no, you're good.
What was he saying? On the Quicksilvers. Oh yeah, so it's like 25 cards out of the first set. Dawn of Ashes, and then Quicksilver Grail.
List them all. List all of them.
Nope.
Damn. Fractal
Insight. God, that's our third Wanda Frost from this box.
Frosty.
But yeah, so the only one from the new set is Quicksilver Grail, and that's the only version of foil that comes in. And it's one in 220 boxes.
Oof.
And we have 2 of them.
Wow, we will.
We're very ahead of pace.
We sort of zoomed over it, but what do you think about the spirits?
I'm interested to see what home they find.
Yeah.
Because like Glimpse 6 is a massive ability. And being able to recover 6 is like something that shouldn't be underestimated later in the game, especially when you're level 3, your advanced element, that's what you're usually playing. But losing a card early on, it's a lot. Mm-hmm. Because just like if in any other game, I feel it wouldn't be as big because you know you're glimpsing 6, you're getting rid of bad cards, you don't want. That's cool. You displace. But in this game where your hand is your resource, losing a card just means you're down a resource. And if you're going first, like that's 6 versus 8 cards on the opener.
Yeah. I could see it in I think the thing that I've been thinking is like combo decks, right? Stuff that's like really trying to piece together specific like 2-3 card combos, stuff like that, where you can glimpse your 6 and be like, do I have one of my pieces or 2 of my pieces?
2 persons, so well, we're clumping.
I had 2 prismatics in the other one. But outside of that, it's like almost always I'm just thinking to myself like, I think I just want the extra card.
Yeah, that's the experience I've had testing so far as well. Because like I said, like a level 3, like a slower control deck is like where I think you would want it most of the time. And you know, if you're trying to answer a bunch of things, having an extra card is very important. But we'll see how the testing ends up going.
True.
Could just be
maybe it's just like
off.
uber broken.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, Glimpse 6 and Recover 6 are both like very, very strong effects. So
As the chief guy, I think this card's really good
that
too.
That is very good.
Cleave protection, and it gives your champion +1.
Yeah, I mean it's sort of just like all the time. I feel like in the Tamer deck you should get like ears on turn 2 or 3 or something, because you want like +1 level for your pride, and that one gives you +1 level, and it also is really good protection for your board.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most impactful cards in the set, to where I think with Tamer you're going to be playing more protection as well, just because you play a lot of buff stuff, especially in Wind. And having this card as well as all those might just make you completely immune to Cleave, which was your biggest weakness.
True.
All right, last box.
Last box. Get the packs out here.
Let's see it. One more 6.
The second
more
in
6.
4 boxes. I mean, to be fair, out of 4 boxes, we've done pretty well. We hit a SIG and we hit a Quicksilver, so like, not too bad.
Yeah, no, we cannot complain.
Innervate Knowledge. How do you feel about the Innervate cards? The D-level Recover 5 in general?
I think the Fire one is pretty bad.
Yep.
I think the Wind one is pretty good, just because of the situations it would be good in. And I'm not sure on the Water one yet. I'm going to need to play around with them.
Yeah, I mean, like, draw 2 cards is pretty good.
D-leveling is such a... Unless, like because it's nice because there's a lot of on-enter effects that are really good for a lot of things. Champions, but still, you know, it costs you another, like, 2 or 3 or sometimes even 1 to get back up.
Another big dragon boy. Yeah, I was thinking about, like, what you actually put that in. And I think you really just want to abuse, like, either strong passive effects or on-enter effects. So, the problem that I was thinking about is it costs so many resources to go from 2 to 3.
Yeah.
And so, like, I feel like you'll never want to de-level from 3 to 2 unless you have a huge hand of, like, another dungeon guide or just, like, way too many floating memory. But to go from, like, 2 to 1 back to 2 is, like, fine. Or even from, like, 1 back to 0 back to 1. The one that I was like, just thinking of, Foil Tithe, it's pretty cool, is you can play it in Sylvie, because Sylvie level 2 effectively says draw 2 cards if you have an animal and a beast. So, you know, you draw 2 cards. With that, you heal back down to 1. You draw 2 cards off that, and then you go back into 2, and then you heal and draw 2 cards.
Yeah, she kind of becomes free at a point. But then the question is, are you wanting that card in your 60 as decks get tighter?
Yeah. That's the hard part.
I don't know. If like Innervate Knowledge was fast and you could do it like end of turn and then level up the next turn, I think would be a little better. But we'll see if that really ends up mattering.
I think that's the best part about Innervate Agility, actually. Yeah. It's also super cheap. Gawain.
Big fan, Gawain, big fan. True Sight, baby.
True Sight, level 2+, is the best part of the card. That way when their champion stealths, it doesn't matter. Nice Shroud and Mist, loser.
Yeah.
Ooh, another one. Okay.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you want to snag that.
4 boxes, we got a Sig and 2 Quicksilvers.
Like,
at least, you know, we still got
packs. Still got packs. Second Sig. Here we go. Shock therapy. Very okay.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how the arcane package and Rye ends up looking for set 2.
I agree. It's interesting because, like, Voltaic Sphere, which we haven't seen yet in this opening, is a very, very good card. But I think a lot of the other cards that have come out in this set do a lot to slow down sort of, like, what Rye was known best for, which was the draw a bajillion cards, combo off in one turn, and then win the game. So if you can't do that game plan, you sort of have to find another thing to do instead.
Yeah, I think you're going to go back to what Rye initially was, and it's just kind of like a much slower deck where you're trying to win on like turn 5 or 6 instead of 3 or 4.
Right.
Which is probably fine, but you know, when you're also trying to get through stuff like Majestic Spirit.
Yeah. You just need to play more hate cards. I mean, luckily, like, the Fire package does have, like, pretty decent hate cards for some of the new big boss threats that are coming out, but...
Yeah, I could see you playing stuff like Disintegrate or Disintegrate.
or Disintegrate, probably. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, it's interesting to see what happens because, like, if you just think about it, if your opponent puts a Proclamation Tithe, whatever, on the field against your Rye deck, all of a sudden, if you're playing, like, Arcane Disposition, card is, like, really bad because you lose the third draw, so it's just draw 2, and you still could discard your hand at the end of the turn, so... Like, if you're trying to play, like, an older classic version of Rye where you're holding up, like, spell shields or you know, whatever other defense tools you have to protect yourself, you're just like, man, I just really don't want to play that card.
Yeah. And it's, like, will never happen, really, with Tithe Proclamation in play, but Tithe Proclamation, it says that as you draw cards, it prevents. You can't draw more than 3. That includes drawing to memory as well.
Oh, true, because it says the draw keyword on it.
So Reckless Conversion will, if you've already drawn a card that turn, will only draw 2 in a memory, and then you banish 4. Drawn. So it's a bit of a...
Yeah, you're going to have to...
It is the card against Rye. That's what it is.
And you're going to have to start playing mainboard Regalia removal, but that's going to take the slots of your, you know, like your consistency pieces or your kill spells, so...
I could see you just not playing Arcane Disposition.
Yeah, honestly, you might just cut it.
Because...
It's the Wind Spirit.
Tide's Proclamation is such an easy card to be playing in every deck, and I think going to see play in like every deck because it's a cantrip still. It replaces itself as it enters.
Yep.
And just because of that, like I think every deck is going to have it. And the question is, do you want to commit a ton of slots to getting rid of this card, plus like Quicksilver Grail if they're playing it, which I think a lot of decks will probably be playing.
Yeah, even if it's just in the sideboard. Honestly, like that's the scarier thing is Quicksilver Grail with Tithe under it.
Yeah.
Because like you can go to play your Reckless Conversion or whatever it is, and then if they quick pop the Quicksilver to in response, you're like, oh, all of a sudden my the draw card that I was going to play doesn't work.
But it's gonna be really exciting to see how this meta develops and everything, and I'm excited to be testing. But that's it.
So I mean.
That's a good 4 boxes. That was a really solid 4 boxes.
Yeah, pretty good. 2 Quicksilver Girls as well, 2 Spirits. Yeah, pretty decent chunk overall.
But thanks for watching with us.
We will get back to you next week after the first full week of FTC.
And hopefully we'll have our testing results and how we're feeling with everything.
True. It'll be a very exciting week. All right. Peace.
Yeah.